If I would have told you 6 years ago I'm playing lacrosse in college and I'm going to be an NFL champion, who would even believe that or even take that seriously?
I'm a 5'7" running back that's always been told he's too small, he's not strong enough, not fast enough to make it to the NFL.
I shouldn't be where I'm at. I had a lot of injuries, almost considered retiring. Can't even describe how much goes into 1 year and how much your life can change in a year.
Of New England's 5 Super Bowl titles, the last victory was the most unlikely. The Patriots couldn't have come back from 25 points down without the unlikeliest of champions, a lacrosse player, a linebacker with a troubled past, and a running back with a bad knee.
I've seen it all. I have seen it all.
10 years ago, no one saw Chris Hogan as a professional football player. He played a different sport at Penn State and even crossed paths with Bill Belichick's son, Steven.
I remember all our games that we played against Rutgers, and some of the guys always kind of said that maybe Bill was in the stands or something watching.
I saw a couple of his games when he played against Rutgers. When he played against Steven, Steven actually covered him.
I don't think the two of us realized that he would be a receiver and I would be coach.
It was the best 4 years of my life, but I always had that need to get on a football field again.
Hogan only played 3 years of college lacrosse, which meant he had 1 year of athletic eligibility left. After graduating from Penn State, Hogan chose to play football.
I haven't played football in 4 years, so I was called up my high school coach and got old highlight tapes from there and started sending them around.
Hogan enrolled at Monmouth University in New Jersey, and in his only season, caught 12 passes for 147 yards. Hogan's stats were pedestrian, but Kyle Van Noy had a more disturbing record.
I was arrested 3 times in high school. One was a DUI and the other was a minor in possession. Yeah, those were tough times. I was a troublemaker. I went to Brigham Young and, finally got over that and saw a bigger picture. I got lucky making great plays and being around great people.
Van Noy even met his wife, who became a champion long before he did, winning the 2013 Miss Utah crown.
Me and my wife met when we were freshmen in college, and she ditched me when we were supposed to hang out the first time, and then I actually ditched her back just to say, I'm not a punk, you can't do that. And then finally, the third time was a charm.
He may have married a beauty queen, but the start of his NFL career wasn't pretty.
2014 draft, 40th overall pick to the Detroit Lions.
He just got a welcome to the NFL moment. Big Juwan James, he just stung them at the line of scrimmage.
I went into a room which had a bunch of veterans, and they didn't really have a role for me. I was hurt, or when I was in, I only got a couple snaps here and there, and I was hungry to learn. But things were just not working out. It was hard for me.
For Dion Lewis, it was an easy decision to leave Pitt early for the NFL in 2011.
Running game touchdown, Pittsburgh.
Just felt like it was the best opportunity for myself. I'm also our head coach at the time, Dave Wanstead, just got fired.
He was selected by the Eagles in the 5th round.
Dion Lewis, looked at the screen, man. I seen you was born in 1990, bro.
Young, ain't it?
Man, you make me feel old, bro. About to retire soon, man.
My first 2 years, I was behind LaShawn McCoy. He's one of the best running backs in the league, so it was tough to get on the field. And then I got traded to Cleveland.
Campbell, nice pocket throws. It's caught. Dion Lewis made the catch.
And I got hurt.
He's obviously in a lot of pain.
My first year, I broke my leg, and I was on IR the whole year. Then I got cut, so just a little bit of bad luck, but just got to keep pushing.
Teams kept pushing Chris Hogan away. He went undrafted and was cut by the 49ers, Giants, and Dolphins.
I knew that I could play, and I just needed the opportunity.
He didn't leave Miami empty-handed in 2013.
Hogan, always open. He always open. Just give it to him.
What's your name for him?
7-Eleven. Open for business 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
7-Eleven was a great nickname to have, obviously, so I've had to live up to that nickname for the rest of my career. And when they stopped calling me that, that's probably when I'll be done in the NFL.
In 2015, Hogan played all 16 games for the Bills for a third straight year.
Caught by Hogan, touchdown!
Come on, playmaker.
He caught the attention of someone who used to watch him play lacrosse.
I got a call that New England wanted to make me an offer. It was a no-brainer for me. I mean, this organization, I played against them for 4 years. I kind of knew going up against these guys, they were the best.
Hogan became a teammate of Dion Lewis, who had signed with the Patriots a year earlier.
I knew that it could be my last opportunity to be in the league.
Brady play fakes to Edelman, throws to Lewis, makes a twisting catch, avoids the defender, ducks under another, and he's bumped into the end zone! Touchdown, Patriots! What another fabulous effort by Dion Lewis!
Dion Lewis missed the last 2 years with a broken leg injury. He lands as a Patriot, and he has been terrific.
One man's trash is another's treasure.
Great catch! That was a great catch! Let's go!
But once again, a year that started off so promising ended in disappointment.
Lewis sprints past the 25. Dion cuts it right to the 30, and he's dragged out from behind. Lewis is injured. It looked like the leg gave out.
First thing I thought of was all that hard work for nothing. Kind of knew it was my ACL right away, and I just was so disappointed because I wanted to play.
In 2016, during training camp, Lewis's knee started bothering him again.
I had a cracked patella. Then I had to get 3 screws put in it, and that's when I was like, damn, I might not even be able to play this year. After the surgery, he said, it's a lot better than we thought. You'll be okay. And that same day, after I woke up from surgery, I walked without crutches. But I look at it every day, and it just reminds me of everything I've been through, my whole life and football, and just knowing that I could come back from this, I could do anything.
In 2016, everything changed for an oft-injured running back, a wide receiver in his first year with the Patriots, and a linebacker who Detroit didn't want.
October 25th at 1 o'clock, won't ever forget that day. Got a call and was told I got traded to the Patriots. I was actually mad at first. I was mad because I was starting. I felt like I was developing finally. But then I realized that I'm going to the best team in the world. It was a big blessing for me.
Kyle Van Noy. Van Noy, the newcomer, in his first appearance for New England.
When I got that sack in the game, it was like a monkey jumped off my back. People said I was a bust, and they just felt like, you know, finally I can shut people up for just a sec.
Kyle Van Noy's first game was Dion Lewis's first game back from injury.
I still had a long ways to go. I would take that as a first step, just being out there, being able to play, and still trying to get my legs stronger, get my body used to playing football again.
Dion Lewis, you forget about that ability to accelerate off a dime.
Throws down the road, might have been hit, the ball is picked off, fluttering to Van Noy. Throws deep down the right side for Hogan, behind the defense, reels it in, he's gone.
This kid's got some speed.
The Patriots have now reserved the right as the #1 seed in the AFC for the 6th time.
All 3 men were in the playoffs for the first time, and each was indispensable. Against the Texans, it was all Lewis.
Lines up left slot with Lewis out of the backfield. Takes the pass from Brady on the swing at the 15. Sprints outside of the 10, to the 5. End zone bound. Touchdown, Patriots! Dion Lewis fielding from the 3. Across the 10, right to the 15. Stays left at the 20. Cuts it back right to the 30. Go. Lewis to the 35-40. Outrunning the Texans down the right side of the 25-20. Goodbye. Dion Lewis takes it to the house. Touchdown, Patriots! They give to Dion Lewis, runs it to the right side. He's rifled with a second effort, and in his 3rd touchdown. The first player in NFL playoff history to score 3 different ways.
That's when I really felt like I was all the way back, like I was my old self again from 2 years ago.
A week later in the AFC Championship, Chris Hogan was the hero.
Wide open Hogan! Touchdown, Patriots! Brady pulls away, give to Dion Lewis. He tosses it back to Brady and a flea flicker. He throws for Hogan to the right. Touchdown, Patriots!
He was on Hard Knocks of the Miami Dolphins. They called him 7-11 because he was open all night. Wasn't good enough to make it there. Doing a great job here with the Patriots.
To be able to have a game like that in an AFC Championship game, you couldn't write that story any better.
And Van Noy made a huge play on defense.
Rodgers with the catch. Ball's knocked free by Van Noy. Recovered by Ninkovich. Kyle Van Noy, who wasn't even on the Patriot roster in Week 7. Knocked the ball loose.
What a play by this defense.
It was just playing football like a little kid in the backyard again, and that's what I felt like I got back to doing.
Nice job, baby. That's what I'm talking about.
I'm running out of tunnel and playing in the Super Bowl. If you would have told me that 5 years ago, I would have looked at you cross-eyed like, what are you talking about? I'm just trying to make a practice squad.
I've been playing football since I was 6, and you dream of that moment. And when it's finally there, it's just a real feeling.
I've reflected on my life and how far I've come from the mistakes I've made.
The Falcons now lead 28-3. The Patriots will try to stage, of course, the greatest comeback in Super Bowl history. Ryan drops back, looks down the middle. He feels pressure. He'll go down. Van Noy came in from Ryan's right.
Just gotta make history now. That's it. Just gotta make history. Let's go, boys. Love you, boys.
Brady stands in. He throws it to the far side of the field. Coming back, Hogan makes the catch.
That drive, I can remember like it was yesterday. That feeling in my stomach is actually coming back. You know, we have the ball in overtime. When we were down the goal line, I knew that we were able to execute this play, we were going to win the football game.
Driving forward, diving to the goal line, a touchdown and a title for the Patriots.
I can't believe it. I can't believe it.
Believe in me now, or it doesn't really matter because I know how good I can be and, continue to get better.
I love you, boy.
That was great, the confetti falling, that's when it really started to sink in.
Let's go. Tighten up. We gone.
I just didn't think it would ever happen. And thanks Michael Strahan. He's like, you gonna touch it or say anything? I was just like, can I? Am I allowed to? It's funny. It was cool to have confetti come down and celebrate with my wife and my parents. It's so exciting to accomplish what we did and to do it with your loved ones. I mean, that's the best.
Steven, good to see you. Hey, this is gonna be a fun ride.
Yes, sir.
Right.
That's my guy. I met him at Brigham. He's been there from the jump.
You hear me? Thanks. And you were a big part of it, bro. You made some plays. You were all over the place.
Thanks.
I'm really happy for you, man. Really happy for you.
I'll see you later. Thanks. He finally said, you got yourself one. And so I'm like, yeah, now I got to catch up to you.
I'm ready for this year. 2017 is going to be a great year. I'm going to be healthy. And I feel like I still got to go back again and prove myself to everybody. So I'm very eager to do that.
Priorities have changed a little bit. I'm going to try to be a dad. Life has not slowed down. It's a short off season when you play all the way to February, but that's the way that you want it. And we're going to go out there and put that work in to hopefully get another chance to do something special again.